Greetings, ambitious gentlemen. Ready to unlock the surprising truth about what truly propels one to the pinnacle of success? It's certainly not the bright spark of intellect or the fiery drive of ambition. There's a fascinating, often hidden factor at play. Today, we pull back the curtain on the seminal work Outliers, the story of success, and embark on a quest to decode the essence of extraordinary achievements. Let's delve into the insights that challenge conventional narratives and unveil the road less traveled to mastery. Ever heard about the 10,000-hour rule? It's a concept that's ignited discussions across the globe. Originating from researcher Anders Ericsson's work and popularized by Malcolm Gladwell, this theory's beauty lies in its simplicity. It argues that the focused, deliberate practice of a skill for 10,000 hours is the keystone of excellence, regardless of the field. This fascinating hypothesis has been emblematically woven into the success stories of legends like the Beatles, Bill Gates, and celebrated athletes, suggesting a universal blueprint for mastery that defies the eclectic backgrounds from which these icons emerged. Pause for a moment and consider what 10,000 hours concretely represent. If you're aiming to conquer the summit within a decade span, you're looking at dedicating around 2 to 3 hours every single day to honing your craft. It's a marathon, not a sprint. True proficiency demands time and unwavering commitment. It's an inspiring thought. Start now, accept imperfections, and with persistent effort, you'll witness your growth soar. But let's sharpen our focus. Success isn't merely clocking hours, it's about investing each minute into deliberate practice. Those top violinists didn't merely rove their bows across strings aimlessly. They immersed themselves in methodical scales, solicited expert feedback, and dedicated their energy to purposeful improvements, transforming routine into an artistic crucible. Reflect on your personal journey. Are you merely going through the motions, or are you cultivating deliberate practice? Take weightlifting, for instance. The gains aren't found in the breezy initial reps but in those grueling final pushes that propel you forward. Apply this metaphor across facets of your life, be it business, personal growth, or wellness. Oftentimes, the path to exponential results is paved with the tasks we resist most fervently. Let's shift gears to the fascinating interplay of talent and desire. It's a stark revelation. Innate talent is frequently overshadowed by the simmering desire for success. Consider the journey of a young Bill Gates. His adolescence was steeped in coding, his days a continuous thread of learning and perfecting his skills. Such relentless dedication emphasized that success wasn't merely a stroke of serendipity but the fruit of years of labor, veiled from the limelight. However, attributing triumph solely to personal endeavor overlooks critical external factors. Take, for example, the curious correlation between hockey players' excellence and their birth months. It exposes an astounding truth. Sometimes seemingly trivial details, like the timing of one's birth, align to confer an edge. And while Bill Gates' tenacity is unquestionable, his unique access to cutting-edge computing resources at a tender age was undeniably pivotal. It's a balancing act between seizing control of our destiny and acknowledging the winds of chance that subtly direct our course. This brings us to an essential point. Unraveling success isn't confined to understanding what successful people are like, but also where they hail from. Peel back the layers, explore their origins, and you'll unlock the formula that fuels their drive. This process, known as modeling, is a potent accelerant for achieving mastery. By internalizing the mindset and habits of those you admire, the path to eminence becomes less obscure. Let's spotlight the Beatles, a band whose name is etched in history. Their meteoric rise was not a twist of fate but born out of performing over 1,200 live shows in Hamburg between 1960 and 1964. That's a torrent of practice, far beyond the fabled 10,000 hours. Imagine, the Beatles graced the stage in over 80% of the nights during those formative years. That relentless pursuit etched their sounds into the annals of greatness. Now, consider this. Success flourishes not from diversification but from obsession with a single objective. Imagine Bill Gates juggling coding with numerous other pursuits. The journey to mastery would have staggered under such divided attention. So, gentlemen, I urge you to contemplate. What is your singular focus? What domain will you commit your 10,000 hours to and transform into your magnum opus? Let's not overlook the cadence of mastery. It begins with a spark, accelerates rapidly, and then, invariably, confronts the plateau. When we hit that phase where progress stagnates and doubt seeps in, remember, this juncture separates the momentary from the monumental. It's the crucible where true dedication is tested and legacies are born. To navigate this odyssey of mastery, tracking your endeavors becomes indispensable. What is measured is mastered. Whether through tangible means like progress photos or quantifiable logs, or through introspective mediums such as journaling, vigilantly charting your ascent is paramount. A journal, in particular, is a sanctum for self-discovery and reflection, a mirror to your metamorphosis. Let me reinforce, as we approach the zenith of this exploration, the essence of mastery distilled from outliers. Commit to your craft, refine factors within your grasp, appreciate inevitable elements beyond your reach, and diligently chronicle your expedition. So, as we conclude this revelatory journey, ponder this. What point resonated most? Did conviction and focused practice ignite a spark within you, or perhaps the acknowledgement of the cosmic randomness of success sparked a realization? Engage with these ideas, share your insights, and let's foster a community where wisdom and ambition intertwine. In your hands lies the power to sculpt an extraordinary life, not just by wishing, but by willing it into existence with each hour of unremitting pursuit. And before we part ways, gentlemen, consider joining our channel's community. If the insights gained today have captured your intellect, subscribing will serve as a beacon guiding you towards further valuable wisdom. Allow us to be the catalyst for your transformative success story. For those who found value in our discourse and wish to express gratitude, a gesture matching the enlightenment you've acquired can be made through the link in the description. Until our paths cross again in the realm of knowledge and empowerment, forge ahead, embrace rigor, and let brilliance be your guide. Welcome to a journey into the realm of creativity and innovation. If you've ever found yourself staring at a blank canvas, a silent musical instrument, or a project that's left you feeling frozen in place, you're about to discover the insights that can unlock your full potential. In the upcoming moments, we'll dive into the intriguing essence of artistic creation and how the concept of stealing like an artist isn't just acceptable but necessary for fostering true innovation. If you're ready to transform your thoughts on originality, keep watching to unearth the revelations that will propel you forward in your creative endeavors. Creativity is often shrouded in misconception, the notion that to be genuinely original, one must conjure something from thin air, but the reality couldn't be further from the truth. Take, for example, the music industry. Countless times we've seen top charts dominated by tunes bearing stark similarities, proving that listeners are drawn to variations of what they already adore. Grasping that nothing is truly untouched by prior hands frees us from the crippling pursuit of undiscovered territory, allowing us to lean into the influences that shape us and integrate them into our work without apprehension. In fact, the very act of creation is inherently derivative, a mosaic of past experiences and witnessed artistry. In this digital age, where information is as vast as oceans, we are constantly bombarded by ideas. But what do we make of this overwhelming wealth? The answer lies in transformation, remixing the pieces we gather into something novel, a unique expression that carries fragments of its predecessors yet stands out as its own entity. Consider Dr. Dre's musical innovation, heavily reliant on sampling, turning existing music into groundbreaking hits. There's power and freedom in embracing the remix, in acknowledging that our outputs are merely the latest rendition in a long lineage of iterative change. Now, as we dismantle these barriers to creativity, the urge to polish each piece to perfection before its debut could impede progress. It's essential to start, however, imperfectly before you feel fully prepared. As we navigate through our journeys, we discover our true selves not by introspection alone but through the act of creating. It's in this continual process of expression and experimentation that we find clarity in our artistic vision. Despite the understanding that every piece is a collage of influences, the imposter syndrome creeps in, convincing us that we're frauds for not carrying an aura of innate brilliance. However, this vulnerability and perceived inadequacy often result in a deeper connection with our audience. By laying bare our process, our learning, and our growth, we become more relatable and authentic in our craft. Stealing like an artist, then, is not about plagiarism, that hollow act of passing off another's work as your own. It's about dissecting, understanding, and rebuilding ideas to shape them into something uniquely yours. It's a tribute, a study in technique and essence that allows us to grasp the mechanics of what came before us to pioneer our paths. Dive deep into the minds of those you admire. Truly internalize the underpinnings of their work, not just the superficial facets. This meticulous examination might reveal gaps in your understanding or gaps in the market, chasms you can bridge with your ingenuity. By adopting this approach, you become a contributor to the conversation, not a mere echo. So what is the secret to tapping into your innovation? It could be as simple as writing the book you want to read, building the company you wish existed, or producing the content that you crave. It's about identifying personal gaps in what's offered and filling those spaces with your creativity. This pursuit stems from a genuine desire for something more, something that, perhaps, only you could provide. Remember, every venture has a life cycle, a thrilling ascent into uncharted territory followed by the daunting realization of the mountain left to climb. It's critical to push past the trough of disillusionment and climb up towards completion. Becoming a finisher is an invaluable trait, often more significant than the endeavor itself. By seeing projects through to the end, you earn the title of creator, a person who completes the cycle of creativity, immersing in the satisfaction of having brought something new into existence. In our embrace of the digital, don't discard the analog. There remains magic in the tangible act of writing down ideas, in manually piecing together the elements of a project. By engaging physically with your medium, you embed the knowledge deeper, crafting a more profound connection with your work. Lastly, simplicity is not the stripping away of complexity but the refining of essence. Pare down to what's necessary, speak directly to the core of your message, and you'll resonate more powerfully with your audience. Just as Dr. Seuss carved out masterful tales with a scarce handful of words, your potency can amplify when you distill your message to its purest form. The mantras echoing through this exploration are clear: embrace influence, initiate action, confront imperfection, and refine relentlessly. As you navigate the ever-changing landscape of creativity, harness the momentum you've gained here to thrust you into your next artistic venture. If you found value in this deep dive into the mechanics of artistic innovation, remember that your contribution counts and is immensely appreciated. The link, as always, is waiting for you in the description. Before signing off, I want you, the viewer, to reflect on one pivotal question. What actions inspired by this exploration of creativity will you implement? Will you begin that project you've pondered for so long? Will you seek out and study the influences you've admired from a distance? Make your decision. Take that step. And remember, if you're ever in doubt, just start. With each step forward, the path of creation becomes clearer, imbued with your unique mark on the world.